Hello, thank you for being here today. It is the first Friday in May, and today I am finishing off Viennese Wells with you. But on the grief topics, today we are talking about past and present tense. For me, when I talk about my loved ones that are no longer here, I actually mix my tense. So I will talk about them as if they are in the present, and I will talk about them as in the past. So for my sister, she will always be my sister. She will always be my older sister, even when my years physically here exceed her years physically here. And I will then also talk about her in past tense, as in she has passed away. But then when I talk about memories of us doing things, it will be in the present tense. And it's just about talking about the person, your person, how it feels best and appropriate to you. There is no right or wrong way to talk in past or present tense. Both are absolutely fine and both are accurate. Some people will get confused, and then it's your choice to update them or not. So if it's someone that doesn't know your loved one is passed and you just, I don't know, talking to them in the supermarket or something, you don't need to cover that one. If someone knows, then they're just going to notice you flipping back and forth in tense, and it's absolutely fine. And that can go on for many, many years. My grandparents who passed away in my younger years, I will talk the same about them as in past and present tense. And I have been on this, on the earth many, many more years than they were when I was alive, and I still talk about them in past and present tense. It's what feels good to me, what feels like love to me. They will always be a part of my life. All of the people that have passed have been profound losses to me and have been impactors for me as well. I will do the same about my Maggie, who has been gone for 5 years now. So she was my corgi, and had many, many names, but Maggie is the official one. And I will talk about her in past and present tense. And again, it's absolutely fine, whichever way you go. So what I'll do is I'll keep chatting to you guys. I'm getting used to chatting to you at the same time as doing things. So I have a new appreciation for people that like James Martin, or someone that does TV shows, hosting the show, interviewing people, telling you about the bakes they're doing or what they're cooking, and also doing that at the same time. It is an amazing skill set. So I have my Viennese Wells, so the biscuits are here. I've got my jams set aside because I had a little bit of strawberry jam left in the fridge, and then I've got a jar of raspberry jam and a little bit of lemon curd. I have got a friend who will be one of the recipients of these that absolutely loves lemon, so I'm going to try a Viennese Well out with lemon curd for her. I've never done it, and I think if you're a purist in England, it is strawberry jam. I much prefer raspberry jam, so that's the way I'm going. So biscuits are all ready, and for those that are not familiar with Viennese Wells, it's 2 shortbread biscuits. You sandwich them together, and on one side there's a little bit of jam, pipe in some buttercream. I like to leave a little bit of a hole in the middle of my buttercream, and I put a little kind of secret stash of jam, or for my friend, the lemon curd, and do it that way. So if anyone has any questions, certainly feel free to drop them in the chat. I am going to be here on a regular basis, going live, and you can probably about see going live, figuring out the technology as we go along, which I said in my first episode, which I've left up because it just makes me laugh. There is no audio there. So hopefully this one is going to be a lot more successful on the audio front. So this is my buttercream, just plain flavored, vanilla. So to talk a little bit more about past and present tense, and I'll just touch on all sorts of topics whilst I'm here with you each episode, is that it is it's just what feels good to you, because for so many people, they will always be your sibling, they will always be your partner, they will always have been your parent, your grandparent, your aunt, your uncle, your godparent, your best friend. any of those impactors on your life. And there's going to be ones that maybe don't have such a title as sibling, parent. It all matters. Everyone's grief matters. And so keep talking about them. If anyone wants to share a story of anyone in their chat or say their person's name or person's names, I always love to hear names as well. So what I'm going to do now is start pairing some up to get the best matches of the biscuits, and do that. And to cover a little bit, so I'm English, currently am residing in the US for the majority of the time. So there is a difference between a biscuit and a cookie. A biscuit is going to be crisper and not soft in the middle, whereas a cookie is something that's softer in the middle. That's how I separate them. Different people do it different ways for you that way. So let's get going. So I'm going to start off with the lemon curd one so I don't forget it and that my friend gets that. So I've just got a little bit of lemon curd here in a bowl and one of my favorite spatulas, and just pop it on the bottom. You don't want to put too much because you don't want any squidging happening. So I will finish that one off first, and then that helps me from getting confused and also enables you to see it. So I'll hold this up a little bit higher because, again, getting used to camera angles and doing this, and just pipe that on here. You want to go around as smoothly as you can, and then as you can see, I've left a hole in the middle, and that's where I'm just going to drop a little bit more lemon curd in there for that person, and then you sandwich it together, and voila, you have a lovely Viennese well. So I'll go through and do one with the strawberry jam. Like I said, I don't have that much left over. It's a little bit here. So for me, it's just about using up that little bit of jam, which would not be enough for a Victoria sandwich, or I don't do jam on my toast. So that works there. So I'm going to pick out one that's going to be a little distinctive and looking. So this was probably my last one to pipe because it's not that great. And I will make that my top, and then that help me know the difference between my jams. And I'll find him a match on the bottom and do that. So I like to talk about my people that have passed a lot. My nan and granddad were very, very big impactors for me. I miss them terribly, and I love sharing stories about them, hearing people's stories about them, because it's amazing what you don't find out until you continuously have conversations about them, and finding out new stories about them and new things is always lovely. And because I'm getting further and further away from when my grandparents were alive, and that their age generation is around as well, I'm starting to get less and less opportunity to hear those stories. And as I said, I just absolutely love hearing about them, and they make me smile. So I did the same here. That is with the raspberry jam. I can't angle it too much, otherwise things might slide. And I'm just sandwiching on the top and not squishing too much. And that is my strawberry one. And it looks like I've actually got enough to do some more strawberry ones. So I'll do the same thing. Find one that's not so great on the piping front, and then that makes it easy for me to discern it. So I still have my mum around, so she can share stories about my nan and granddad. And baking is really one of the big connection points there. I've the actual true sense of things, ever since I can remember, I have baked with my mum, with my nan, and in the latter years with my sister. She wasn't a baker to start off with. It just wasn't her thing, and then in the latter years it certainly became a a thing for her and something that we enjoyed doing together. But hearing stories with my mum when we talk about my nan or reminisce is always lovely. And it truly keeps their memory alive. It warms my heart, and it's just a lovely thing for me. So that's the 2 strawberry. There's probably not quite enough in there for me to do one, so I don't want to do ones of multiple flavors. And so I've got my raspberry here, and I always put it in a bowl and just loosen it up a little bit by mixing it, and then it's ready. So I'll go with a raspberry one here. And so I might pop a video up on Saturday. So tomorrow. So today's May 3rd. Tomorrow is May 4th. And it's 5 years since I sprinkled my Maggie's ashes. So I am going to go and visit her. I sprinkled them on trails that we absolutely loved walking on. She would know when we were arriving at those trails, and she'd get up in the car and get all excited about us going on an adventure. And so I'm going to go down, have a little walk down there. As I put that hang out with her, I will probably start. Oh, there goes my phone. Excuse me 1 second. And so new on technology, have to mute those things. And so I will go down there for a walk and spend some time with her. I am a big Starbucks person for hot chocolates, not coffees. And I will go and take a walk with her, hang out with her, and just generally enjoy that. And I do other things throughout the year for my nan, my granddad, Maggie, and other people as well. If they visited the US, then I can go to places where they visited me and we went together. And if they didn't, then I will pick some spot to go and think of them, talk to them, and do that. So that's a raspberry one done. And I think my piping's getting better, which is always what happens anyhow. So I am going to go through, finish up the rest of these. Thank you for hanging out with me. Drop any questions you want to in the chat. And you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And thank you very much. And we can't seem to end.